Hey everyone, welcome back to Veggie Quest, a puzzle game where you play as a puzzle designer who wants to make a dungeon as long as possible. For example, this is 12 moves, but it would be even better if I extended the dungeon, and the goal is to make the dungeon take as long as possible. And there's dumb lore as to why this is the case. Anyway, we are starting off with this world. There's a new character in this world that acts like a chess knight, if you can believe that. So, chess battle advanced. Now, knights have a particular movement pattern, so it's like, it's able to reach... I need to slow this down. It can make it this move because it is a jump that is 2 squares and then 1 square. It has to move in this pattern. So even though the goal is right here, I can really extend it. I mean, like, I play chess, so... Now, of course, the dungeon needs to be actually solvable. This should do it. So it hops around there, then switches. Although it switches a little too soon, which means that I only got 1 carrot for it. I want to get them all. So I want to find a way to switch without that problem. This is probably going to be a little better. No, it isn't. Not at all. I don't know, this feels like it's not going to make it. Like, okay, yes, it does that, and okay, it's 3 carrots. So that is usually, supposedly, the maximum. But it is likely the maximum, so we're just going to go here. Next level. This time we have portals. We can place infinite portals. Which, of course, link from one place to the other. And also we can place infinite walls as well. Though, walls are not that important here. But do I feel like showcasing the 3x3? This is a thing that I'm pretty sure that leads to this situation, where it takes the maximum amount of moves to reach that. We also don't need those, because we can't actually reach those from there. I should do that, though. Please stop cheesing my thing. Yeah, so you can at least see that it takes a long time for this one to get out of the 3x3 box. I feel like this one is going to be annoying to actually reach every tile. So I know it will reach this one. Is there a good time waste I can do with that? Because I can make it move here, then here. Well, also, another issue is that it can idle on the portals as well. So even if I did that... Stop cheesing it. It's able to idle back and go back, so it's really not much. It can be used if there's a space that is not useful, but it's other than that, I don't know what to do. What, do we need to block this better? Kind of hard to prevent you from reaching one of these 2 squares earlier on. So maybe we should portal this square instead and then block the other. So then this would lead to some nonsense square, so we could deal with the rest of the spaces. Alternatively, we could have a setup like this that's just naturally slow to reach it without any huge barriers. But I don't even know what the portal placements of that would be. It's too easy for it to cheese it with the first portal placement being early on. This lets you waste the move, which is good for me. Now, if only I could find some other ways to waste the moves that don't accidentally make it easier. So the most inefficient spot for that one is there. That does like a definite wasted move for sure. 10. Also noticing at this part you go here. So what if I do that and then block off this part? Is that also inefficient? You do idle there. So that's another move. I don't ever go here, right? Is it better if I do this? No, absolutely not. Though maybe. No, I think that was... Nah, exact same speed, and maybe worse. Maybe you could set up a useless square up here. I don't think we ever go here. So, anything that we put with that teleport will be an idle spot again. Yes, that's another idle. That's another point, okay. Now, of course, the question is, was that the best place to put a portal? Like, maybe it was here, because that's really early on. Then we'll have to block off something there as well. 11, okay, that's still the same. Maybe I'll then be able to use one of these squares near the final step. Because from here I already have got to the center. So the center is just backtracking. Which means if I can find a move waste that teleports to the center only, that'd be good. Here. I think that sped it up. Or it just didn't do anything. I'm realizing I could block off the bottom tile as well, and it would just use this alternate top part, which means that I have a free portal over here now as well. And this portal is useless, in the sense that after going in it, there's nowhere else to go, so they just idle. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, I think this is gonna get one more. 13. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, next up. Okay, so we have a wizard. This is a mage character that can teleport through walls. That will also only count as one move. So we don't really like that they can teleport through walls. And of course we have the knights as well. This is a little weird because the characters move in parallel. And in fact, the knight gets there way faster. So it would seem to me that we want one character that is super slow, as the other one needs to catch up. Although in this case, we've made it impossible because the knight can no longer get to the carrots. So I'm assuming the wizard is a slower character, maybe, but we're going to need both characters to get there. I don't know, maybe it is the freaking knight again, but the knight is going to be pretty hard to keep under control. Alright, so imagine, like, I'm making a path for the other character to work, like the knight. Oh, but I do not want the wizard to, like, easily cheese it, so that's why the walls are there. So how long is this now? Oh, what do you mean 21? If there's a secret solution where the knight is the one that gets here, I don't even want to freaking imagine it. I don't know, I got the 21 way too easily, so I'm thinking, like, just gonna spend a little bit more time here. I'm also kind of thinking, like, what if you flip it? Even though it's weird to flip it, doesn't quite look like it'll be good. Usually this is, I mean, it makes the wizard move one square to the right on the first turn, so that's why this could maybe work. But then you would need stuff like here. So how much is that? That is also 21. Huh. Well, what if we try to go through that one instead? That's not possible. Wait, 22! Is this the record? No one knows. Well, anyway. What? Just a knight? Screw you. And water. Ah, how annoying. It's like... Oh, aren't you glad that you didn't have to use the knight the previous level? Well, now you do. So, I mean, it seems like... It looks like paddling. It really does immerse you in the water experience. It's just like a probability explosion, both in the freaking water and now the knight. How am I supposed to make this more annoying to do? Block this spot? I don't know. There is a bit of a joke about, like, the checkerboard pattern because the knight can only move to a different parity square. So I can force it to always go on water, which is kind of fun. And there's, like, certain things like this that take advantage of that. Well, not in a good way, but in the sense that you can't reach the carrot now because there's always a water square there. The only way to do that would be to have a water square that leads into this square. So I don't know, maybe there's, like, some sort of outer maze that I can make involving faraway water squares that lead back into here. So what's the worst square? I guess, like, we want to maybe get into a corner and then have the water tile lead into a unique space somehow. Or we could just, like, we can actually make a square inaccessible this way by just having no water square point to it. Even this is not good enough visualization, is it? I don't know, I just don't really fully see the way to keep a knight contained. This is still 7. Should at least block off all these edge ones and make them actually inaccessible, just in case. So, that would at least force this edge again. But now I need to find some special way to get onto this edge without it being trivial. So now I'm trying to set up the edge so that it has a special path to get to this side. It'd be nice if we could put more idle moves as well, but I don't think it's happening. So it would be nice to involve more idling. I don't think I've quite got it, but I have done the edge thing now, so I'm forcing it to go to the edge. 12. Probably all the center ones should be like... I don't know. I don't know if, like, I did mention before that there was a way to make some places impossible to get to. For example, you can't get into this one because all of the water is pointing away from that cell, but I don't know if there's a way to use that, actually. These small changes here, they lead to 13, which is still not 3. Alright, so I think I've made a couple edits to here that make... Hopefully that makes an even more inefficient solution. 14. I think that, like, the top is inefficient. The top left corner, I could, like, mess with it more. So if I go here, Then I would have the player go here, and then forced to idle it again. Does that work out? Or is there a cheese? There's a cheese right there. So I need to block that off. There's still a cheese. Wonderful. Okay, now, are you gonna take the real path? Okay. And now up here... Okay, that's a lot more moves wasted there, but that's unfortunately not third carrot. I like my use of a lot more moves wasted, and a lot means one. Alright, what if up, then do that? Hopefully there's no easier way to get to it. Oh, there's an easier way to get here. That makes an easier way to get... Ah, jeez. That ruins my previous path. Like, and it makes it easier to get to here in the first place, so this is probably not going to do anything. What do you mean I gotta optimize the freaking middle route now? Alright. If I do those two, then it takes a longer time to get there. Yeah, okay, there it is. 3 carrots. Cool. Okay. Ah, here's the boss. Alright, so freaking bunnies. I was gonna say I'm glad there's no bunny levels, and yeah, now there are. I mean, what do I even say to this? This is the bunny slot machine? It's not possible. We've discovered that these are not possible configurations. I've seen enough puzzles of this type before, like, in the game, but it's kind of inverse to what we're normally doing, but not really. I think the way to get a large cycle count is, like, you have situations like this, and now imagine the wall is where the knight needs to go. Some situation where, like, specifically 2 prime numbers, like, composite numbers are inefficient here, so then you would only have one space where both of them are accessible. This is just like in theory, obviously. That's why it's not actually doing those. But this is the kind of setup that I would like to make. And of course, the worst part is I don't even know what's the most efficient thing. Like, maybe the path goes... It takes more path to go into the carrot, although it doesn't mean less space for maneuvering bunnies. Like, an important part of this scenario is that it would be in sequence, right? The knight would not get an opportunity to wait. Another thing is, where are we going to get the space to put all the bunnies in a line? Because the whole idea is... Well, there's a literal hole idea. Since the idea is that there needs to be a hole for the character to skip into. So this is a cycle of 5. There is one turn where there is a hole here. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, back to the hole. Now, with this little space, to be honest, I don't really think... This is just like... I think this is 7. So we have a cycle of 5 and a cycle of 7 going. Okay, so... I'm putting the hole there. This should get to 35, unless I timed it bad. Okay, it's a little not 35. See, like, 7 and 5 are too small, so I wouldn't be that surprised to, like, know this is actually the best I'm doing so far. So there's a cheap way to add a 2, right? Like, we're just putting the bunny there. Okay. Cool. We're not gonna get 3, are we? Yep. You know, I found this. This is kind of interesting because it lets you, like, it puts the hole at the spot of the portal, which adds some potential to what path we used to take. Also, I calculated that, like, the first primes get this really high number. Like, I'm just thinking about how many bunnies can I actually fit, and how many cycles could fit. And if you add those numbers up instead, you get to 28, which 28 could fit, theoretically, in here. But that's like a almost wallless or, like, wallless run, isn't it? The board is 6x5, by the way, which means, like, total of 30, and I loaded back my other solution, and I don't know why I can't make this a 4 cycle. Like, is there a problem here? Like, is this better? Or is it just the same? Oh, wait, okay, this might be 4, which is then 4 times 5 times 7 or something. Okay, so... That's 136. It's very, very possible. It's basically guaranteed there's better solutions. It's kind of interesting that this works. Like, the bunnies constantly going past each other is something that I wasn't really thinking about. I do wonder if that means there's an alternate way to do these sorts of cycles that involve bunnies looking back and forth, but not creating bunnies of themselves. There actually kind of is. Like, the first move, the bunnies went past each other, but they don't seem to do it successfully here. That's annoying to think about. That's also a freaking way that the cycles can happen. So what now? I mean, I'm pretty sure the developers this time have intentionally set it low so you don't have to make the largest thing. Because like I imagine that the best solution barely has any walls in it, or has none at all. But then you have to avoid all the cheese solutions that are possible. Just poke these random holes in this. Like, it might get cheesed. I don't freaking know. But yeah. Okay, insanely, look at this. This is the cheese that I mean. You don't use that spot. What is wrong with you? Alright, so that is what happens in this freaking level. And I think it's better than my... No, it's not. Well, whatever. Block that off. And, see you in the bathroom. Oh, this one was freaking 156. Oh, and apparently the world record for that level, which I don't even know how to access in-game, but there was probably like a later feature that unlocks it. It's 2,520. Very reasonable. The person who found the 2,500 thing also shared the solution, and it looks like this. Whatever, the spaghetti arrangement is too much. Good job to anyone who is successfully perfectly arranging those bunny chains. So this level is another boss level. Okay, so you can't even win it right now. So okay, so this is a nice idea, I guess. You are using the walls to prevent the... Oh, we can also put it on water. But yeah, the walls are there to block the water from going down. Okay, you can make it win easily. So I guess we just need to find a way that makes the path infuriating. We can make it slowly go up. Like here to here to here. What do you do at the very end, though, for this step? Like, I could just break that. Like, I did this, and it was 6, but I wanted to go through the entire path. I'm like trying these ideas that sort of involve the same process, but it seems like it's too easy to reach this spot or this spot. All right, what if I do this? Here, here, here. Seems pretty inefficient, right? But then what? Here, here. You need a blockage, but I think this is like better than yeah, it's better than what I've been doing before. This work? Yeah, that also works to add. Oh, that's already solved. If we want to call that a solve. So don't need to, like, that doesn't all need to be there. We can do that as well, and that blocks it as. So I'm thinking maybe there's a way to do it again, but from below? Of course, it'd be nice to make it go all the way back down. So here it goes that way onto this square. What if I block that? Like, maybe there's a really excruciating way for it to go back. I can still hit into here a little too easily, but I'm not sure how to deal with that. This will probably be the same, where it can jump here, here, and 12. Okay, I see a path where it can go here. Maybe that's interesting. Like, so by forcing it, we need to do that. No, not that fast. No. Okay, here. Here. This is the path I was imagining. 13. There you go. This is kind of awkward that nothing is using the bottom part of the board at all. I mean, it's only using like one of the tiles there. No, I want to use this area, so let's like go here instead. Make the first move go here. Nope. We don't need that. How about this? Wait, this is actually wait. Skip that. We don't even use this block, so this is actually a way better way to approach the top section as well. That's one extra move in the top section. Because we go to this tile, then go back down, I think. Okay. 14, sure. But amazingly, we don't even use the bottom right still. Not really. We don't actually go to this space either. Wonder if there's a better way to use that. But then again, this is like... This would just... No. I think I'm done. As in, of course, done as in go back to the level screen. So... That's that. And next world, what is this? Ah. Lasers in the reverse puzzle game. Cool. Yeah, it shuts off and the button shuts the laser off. Cool. Okay, well, that'll be for next time. I'm so curious to know what the singular level is. Should it be its own video? Anyway, goodbye.